Hi, and thank you for joining me for another video. And friends, this week's Parsha is Parashat Re'eh. And friends, the Parsha begins with the famous statement, "See, I am setting before you a blessing and a curse. If you obey the commands of the Lord your God that I'm giving you today, you will be blessed. And cursed if you disobey, and turn from the way that I'm commanding you today, and follow other gods which you have not known." And we have to ask the question, friends, how does this apply to us today? And friends, if you're on Facebook, I'm sure you've seen it. Post after post by well-intentioned individuals blindly plastering the images of virtually everything pro-Israeli on the net, whether it's Israelis on the beach or in army services or even in the Olympics, or of the Arab conflict, and sometimes even the statements of Israel's secular, irreligious leaders. And friends, what really makes this odd is not the support of one free society for another, but the support of a secular, a-religious society in the name of religion. And worse, equating anyone who opposes it equivalent to opposing God himself. When this verse is explicitly reminding us that whenever the Jewish people collectively suffer, it's not because of what we call today anti-Semitism or because people hate God, but mainly because the Jews have breached the covenant they have made with the Almighty. And in this pasuk, it also answers on other important questions that Christians typically ask on how this curse is actually dispensed. In other words, the average Christian will tell you that the reason you need the cross is that if one broke any of the commandments in the Torah, they would be cursed for eternity, a curse that could only be reversed through Jesus. However, if you read this pasuk carefully, it states, "I will curse you if you disobey the commands and turn from the way that I command you." In other words, breaking the command alone is not sufficient, but one would also have to turn from the Torah completely also. So, if there are any Christians listening out there, breaking a command will not condemn you to an eternal hell. And this, my friend, is a very irrational idea. And this, my friends, is one of the main reasons you could virtually always count on religious Christians for support for the secular state of Israel. Why? Well, because according to Christianity, Jews didn't begin going off the path today, but have been walking in darkness for the last 2,000 years. So in other words, they don't expect anything more or any type of biblical consistency from these people. However, what they do expect is the returning of their Messiah, that the flourishing of Israel is prophesied to proceed. And if you think I'm way off, my friends, have you ever asked yourself if you believe that the average Christian would support a Christian state that went against all principal tenets of Christianity? Of course they wouldn't. At least they wouldn't support it in the name of Christianity. Which really makes us ask, how could there have been a religious Zionist movement in the first place? I mean, look at the secular state of Israel. And friends, you don't have to be a Torah scholar to see it. It's right here in front of us, reminding us to choose a life of blessing over one of cursing by keeping Torah. And friends, it's the major theme across the whole Tanakh that if we don't keep the Torah within the land will spew us out. And if you don't keep Torah in the Galut, you will cease to exist as a Jew. This is very elementary. The problem is people don't study Torah anymore, which is a notion that has not only been ignored by the Jewish world today, but worse, the Jewish world has become like the builders of the Tower of Babel who have fortified themselves to fight against the will of God himself. Chas v'shalom. Why? Because that was the main reason for a state of Israel to be formed in the first place. They said that it was to keep Jews safe. We have to ask the question, my friends, safe from who? According to this text, it is God who is the biggest enemy of the Jews nowadays. And it's also ironic to think, friends, that the country that was founded to keep Jews safe is actually the most dangerous country in the world for Jews to live in nowadays. A country that has twice as many abortions per capita than the US and around 3 times as many homosexuals within it than the US. And a supposed Jewish state that has the audacity to force a government-sponsored gay parade through the streets of its holiest city, Jerusalem, on a yearly basis, not to mention the dozens of parades in Haifa and in Tel Aviv. People, wake up.